Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my shed where we have more rotting wood problems that need to be resolved. So let's take a look, see what the problem is, and then see if we can figure out how to fix it, because I don't think this is going to be an easy one, unfortunately. So this is right at the bottom in the corner, and straight away daylight, which is never a good sign. But let me just throw some light on. As you can see, one of the posts is looking very rotten. So I think what we're going to have to do is take these boards off. I mean, they're halfway there anyway, and let's see what we're dealing with. So it's already off this end. Got nothing to worry about there. So let's just see if we can use the persuader to get these off. Now, it never ceases to amaze me that even though you may have half of something hanging off, like this plank of wood for instance, just how much effort it can take to get the rest of it off whatever it is you're trying to get it off of. Now, this is especially true if this is actually something that you want to save, or at least not break or damage anymore. And it was never the case that I was going to be able to reuse these boards, but I did want to salvage as much of them as I possibly could. So with just those first few boards off, obviously, as you can see as well as I can, it became very clear very quickly just how bad this was, and I was going to have to take much more off to really repair this. But before taking it any further, I thought I'd just poke around with a screwdriver just to see if I could actually find anything solid, and all I really did just find was just the screws. We need to do a little bit more deconstruction to see if we can save this shed. Well, this has turned into a much bigger job than I was actually expecting. And this is what it looks like from the inside. When I say inside, there's not really too much of a difference now, is there? Let's see if we can cut out the rest of this rotten wood. Cover your ears. So now we just got to get rid of all these screws and nails. As you can see, there's quite a few of these where the post was, and that's what's left over the post. So with the obvious bits of rotten wood now gone, it's just time to make sure that any other rotten bits that are beyond repair are also cut out, and then just really decide where they are, how far we can go to repair or indeed treat what we've got left. And as everything's already been opened and exposed, anything that really just isn't up to par, now is the time to get rid of it and fashion some replacements. Right, cut some new bits of wood, as you can see, so it's time to start mocking up. I think that fits quite nicely. Let's try and get this fitted. See how it looks at the bottom. Still in at the top. Don't think that's looking too bad. I think we can treat these now and then in the coming days get them fitted permanently. With the test fit successful then, the new bits of wood have been stained and protected to hopefully help them last as long as possible. But we've not just left it there, we've also treated the original parts of the frame with some wood treatment just to help with fungal infections and also as well wet and dry rot, just to help that last for as long as possible too. And so with all that fitted nicely, the only things left to do is connect it all together. And I didn't just want to leave it there, I also used some sealant just to make sure that any of the gaps left between those new bits of wood and the original frame were also covered as well, just to add that additional layer of protection, as the last thing we needed was to let any more water in. So I've managed to clad the back of the shed, but I think you can probably tell straight away there's something just a little bit amiss, and that I wasn't able to get any shiplap, so I just had to use some other boards. But the downside of that is it doesn't overlap with what I've got, so what I've had to do is just use some sealant just around that to try and stop the water getting in. Now, because it's rained in between me doing that, I've actually got some ingress of water inside. Now it's not exactly a lot, but hopefully you can see that those boards are damp. But that was from the rain last night, and there's also just a bit down there as well. But now with them sealed, as you can see, in part some of that sealant coming through, that shouldn't be a problem. So what that leaves us with then is just the painting. So let's get that done right now. And as if by magic, it's all been painted. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more videos back on the channel.